Good afternoon, Fort McMurray. Melanie Gallio with Remax Fort McMurray, and I am with my lovely co-host,
Barb Pinsent, the Mortgage Center.
And this is another episode of Let's Talk Lending. Barb?
It is. So one of the 8 announcements that the government does every year, and as expected, the overnight lending rate did go up. And as expected, a quarter of a point. So yes, it's up. Up is up. It's not going to make a huge difference to people's lives. Like, don't.
Up is up.
Up is up. Yeah. And it's what we've been expecting, right? So,
yeah,
they got to do something to get the rate of inflation down, and that's their way of dealing with inflation.
Okay, so do you have some examples? Because this doesn't mean anything till we can actually see the impact of what this actually means.
That's right. And now I do have examples, and if you'll bear with me just a second here, I will prepare my
yeah.
Thank you. And here we go again with this.
Oh no, we're good. We're all good. It's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, we've got it good. So I'll just, as you're getting that ready, I'll just talk about like single family home stats. The inventory's low. We're getting from I would say 25% of the listings have offers on them, which means 1 in 4 of the houses that you want to see could possibly have an offer on it. Like, wow. Things are getting busy. We can't stress enough the fact that you need to make sure that you are pre-approved. All right, Barb.
So important. So how am I doing here, Melanie? Can you see my screen?
You're ready to go.
Oh, wow. So what I put together here is just some numbers based on 3 different mortgage amounts, and it is based on a 25-year amortization, showing what your current rate might be right now and what interest rate increases to an adjustable rate mortgage might mean. So I'll start with the $300,000 mortgage. And as you can see over on the right of the screen here, with a quarter point increase of prime to 1.7, it would make a difference of $35. So and of course that difference is a little bit higher the higher your mortgage, but
we lost. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we did. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyways, as you can see, it's not a huge difference. What I want people to do is not panic, because this is what a variable rate will do. It will go up, it will go down. And if you are looking to fix into that or lock into a fixed rate, make sure that you're you're having the numbers done for you. Don't panic. If I guess you absolutely cannot afford to make a higher payment, then you do want to consider locking in, but you're going to be locking in what rates are right now. So, you're not locking into what the rate was when you took the variable rate mortgage. So that's something to consider as well. And we can do numbers for you so that, if you do lock in and this is the rate you're going to get, we can tell you, how many hikes that might take before you would actually be making that same payment amount. So discuss it before you do it.
Okay, so Barb, just so that people understand, the top number for each section is what has actually changed. The bottom section was like, okay, if we need to prepare, this is what the situation is. And if it does change, to actually be able to see the actual payment difference it will mean for you if those changes happen, if and when. And it's not, Barb, wouldn't you say it's okay? We've confirmed. How many more changes do you think are going to happen this year?
So hard to tell. It's really so hard to say. Like I'm so glad I'm not the one who has to look after all these economics, because it's really difficult to say. And now with what's going on over in the Ukraine, I don't know. Like we have been told rates are going to continue to go up, and to expect that every time the announcement is made. So prepare for that, and if I think we'll probably see them go up a little bit, and then, depending on what that does to the Canadian household, because I've heard lots of things about, what just this rate increase alone will do to many households. So, they've got to be very careful as to what it is that they do. So expect that it'll go up, prepare for that, and so you can look at different things, different options, maybe an increase to your payment, set some money aside. So look to see what your payment amount would be based on, a rate of 1% higher. Prepare yourself for
Right.
that. So put some money aside or increase your mortgage payment if you're worried that maybe you would, maybe get into that money that you're setting aside. Just get yourself prepared for it. And then it's not as big a shock.
Gotcha. So you've got some really good examples here. Like with the 500,000 at that rate, it's going up $59. If it's 400,000, it's $46. It seems pretty reasonable at this point in time.
It does. Yeah. And, everyone is different. So maybe that $46 means more to one than it would another, but it's not shocking. And if you're in a variable rate mortgage, you should be expecting this type thing anyways. Like we've really benefited from the variable rate. I have myself as well. Like when I first started out, I was paying over 3%, and at the end of the day, I was paying under 1.5%. So,
Right.
and there are some out there who are paying even less than that. So,
right.
Yeah,
So there's some risks and benefits of variable rates.
Yeah.
This is the risk. It's going to go up at some point in time.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
All right, Barb. So when is the next rate hold?
The next announcement is April 13th.
Okay. So April 13th. And do you think, how stupid is the government though? We're in spring market. Let's raise the rate.
I think they've tried their very best to prepare us for future rate hikes, and so that's what we should expect. However, if it brings everything to a grinding halt, and they do want things to slow down, so but they don't want them to come to a grinding halt. So they will look at all of that, and there's so much that they look at and make their decision or base their decision on. So it remains to be seen where that will go.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think we went through your little chart there. I'm just gonna put up how people get a hold of us. So, the easiest place to get a hold of both Barb and myself is letstalklending.com. It gets you directly in contact with Barb and myself. If you're thinking about purchasing, it's still good to you need to be pre-approved. And it's so important to, I had an experience recently where I sat down with a buyer before we were even writing an offer. We went through all of the paperwork so that once we found a house, all we needed to do was just fill in the blanks, just fill in the particulars versus the stress of going and really understanding the contract. Highly recommend that you do that now, so that you can just focus on buying your future house, right? It is stressful.
It is.
And the inventory is down, right? So, Barb, why don't you just chat a little bit about how people can get a hold of you and what you recommend?
Well, I do recommend the pre-approval, and another good reason for a pre-approval is a rate hold, because fixed rates, while we're worrying about variable rates, fixed rates have been going up. Almost every lender has increased their fixed rate. The bond yields have been higher for the past couple of months. So we've seen increases there. So if you want to get that rate hold, so what your rate will be for the next 120 days, get that done. So you're not going to be paying a higher rate. And it's always good to know how much house you can afford, get your ducks in a row before going out there, because it just makes sense to do that.
It's just so much easier on you, and I think that is one of the most important pieces that people really understand and helping people understand. So as of right now, there is 186 single family homes for sale in the city. There were 59 sales last month. My kitten Jake may have some things to say. He's very vocal. He thinks the market is doing well. So, but we're seeing the inventory come up just a little bit, but it's still not over the 200 mark. And so the inventory is still low. It's competitive. If you see the right house, you're going to have to pounce. So do yourself a favor, hire a good realtor that's going to take care of you. Okay. Exactly. That's one of the most important things. Make that commitment. They're taking time away from their family to show you houses and homes. it's a working relation. It's a working relationship. It's an employment agreement, essentially.
It is.
So can't recommend that enough. So April 13th is our next episode, and you're anticipating another rate, right?
I am. I think it better that we prepare ourselves for that. And if it doesn't go up, that's great. But I do think that we've seen the end of these really, really low, beautiful rates, and we need to start preparing ourselves for higher rates.
Right. Okay.
Not
Awesome.
going to be anything awful. Like there's still, I mean, I've seen interest rates a whole lot higher than the ones I'm seeing now still. Like we still are benefiting from some lovely looking rates. So
awesome. All right, Fort McMurray, you know the drill. Tag a friend, share this video, or the best part, book an appointment with either Barb and or myself so that we can help you get the right home for you. Barb, thanks for being my partner in this.
thanks so much.
It's helped keep me educated, and of course I love partnering with you. So we'll talk to you in April, Fort McMurray.
Okay, take care. Thank you.